How we doing out there? This is Honey Bear coming to you with a brand new Call of Duty Warzone gameplay. So we're going to do something a little bit different with this gameplay. Rather than just roll the video out there, I'm actually going to kind of roll through my gameplay, roll through my thoughts. As I edited this video out, noticed, especially in solos, I am really bad about talking about what's going on, engaging, and kind of describing what's going through my head and why I'm making the plays and doing the things that I'm doing. So I wanted to do that as I rolled through this video with you guys, rather than just posting the raw gameplay and everybody wondering what's going on because I'm silent for probably 98% of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the video up here. We're going to roll through it. I might pause and roll back a couple of things as I describe what's going on, show the reasons I make the plays that I make. There's a couple spots where I want to show why I make the movements that I'm making, stuff like that. So here we go. So drop it in. As you guys know, favorite place to go is right up here. Always land higher up. Sometimes there can be a box on this building on the top. So looting up, get up here. I had picked up a purple PPSH and a gold sniper, and I spot this guy. Easy clap. He's just sitting still. Just checking out, making sure nobody else is floating around. So I see this guy coming up behind me. He makes a weird play here. He gets back behind this building. My thought here is he's red door hunting. Figured he hopped up top, got in the red door. So I check it out for a minute, decide to go ahead and get my loadout, knowing there's a possibility he's still there and I might have somebody on top in the middle. I throw it where I feel like I'm going to be safe. So I'm checking out middle because I figure there's somebody over there still. And I'm still kind of curious if this guy actually took off or not. I heartbeat, don't get anything. I ping to make sure how far out it is. And then I notice the cars start to move. Light him up a little bit. I see the car stopped. Pull out my sniper. And he basically runs into my crosshairs. Easy clap. Take care of that. So now I've finished up there. I still feel like there's somebody probably in the middle. And then I'm also debating on whether or not I'm going to go get this bounty. I do make a bad play here. I should not have jumped towards the door like this. If there's somebody in there, I have no idea where he's at. So jumping towards the door, not good. I need to be off to the side. So that way if there is somebody in there, I at least force them to come out to me. And they can't just sit back at that back wall and have a line of sight on me. So I pull out a heartbeat. Sure enough, there's somebody in there. So now I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. I still want that bounty, but I want to listen for a second. Not hearing any footsteps. So go ahead and take the zip up. I know if he is still there, he's upstairs. Sorry about the obnoxious dog in the background. And then he mysteriously pops off heartbeat, which tells me he probably took a red door. So I just start to book it at that point. I pick up that bounty, and he's up here. And I hear him and see him on minimap. I work my way up against the mountain all the way around. I pop up around the corner and I spot him on the roof. And I see him jump off. And I hear a snipe right behind him. And then I see this guy jumping down towards him. They don't see or hear me. I get an easy pick on this guy. It wasn't the bounty. Bounty knows I'm close, so he jumps. Takes me a few shots to line him up. And then another easy clap. So here's where we're going to talk about a mistake that I made. So I looted my bounty. I'm running down. I'm on 4 with 35 left. I got a chance to get, 15 or so if I really hustle. Right here, I should have popped the UAV that I have. I know it's hard to see behind my thing here, but I had a UAV. I should have used it, but I didn't. The other mistake I made is right now I'm thinking I need to get up this hill so that I can get to circle. But I end up working my way directly up the hill where there's no cover, as you'll see. What I should have done is I should have run more to the right through the houses and then up the hill where I have more tree cover and building cover as I'm making my way up the hill. And you're going to see why. I cut up the hill, no UAV, even though I've got one in my pocket, and now I've got no cover to get to. This guy just got an easy pick. I dropped a ton of money. He's got a ground loot RPD, so if I would have popped that UAV, I would have seen him. So I want to go back and talk about my strategy in this gulag. So I love having the OG gulag back. It's amazing. So typically what you want to do is you want to clear your lanes. I come over here, I clear my left lane. He's not pushing that way. I make sure he's not pushing late by throwing the stun down. I did spot him there. So if you saw, he ran across the middle. But he did just have that flash go over there, so he might turn around. So I'm going to clear the right lane. And then I'm going to get up into cover. So there's no reason he should know where I am at this point. His stun missed. Okay. So now I'm just listening for audio cues. That's all I'm doing is listening for audio cues. I hear his footsteps on the back right over here. So I know which way he's coming from. I don't want him to be able to get around my back and have to try to 180 him with a burst gun. So I start to pull out so that if he gets past the left shower right here, so if he gets past to right here, I'm going to be able to see him, but I'm going to see him before he sees me. And he slides, and I'm able to get the burst right on his head. The only reason I survived is if you look, my health comes down about a third. Even though he got 2 bullets on me, you can see where it already took 1 piece of health off. It's in the middle of taking another piece of health off. So he got 2 bullets on me. He hit me in the foot. So when he slid, he didn't center right. I should have lost that gunfight. If he slides and has his centering up to where it's on my chest instead of on my foot, he wins that gunfight. So he should have won that gunfight, but I was able to jump out, probably break his camera a little bit, but not much. He probably would have had to readjust to hit a second burst. But because he was sliding and my centering was center mass, all the shots went to his head. Alright, so we're coming back in now. And we're jumping back in. I got to regain. My first thought to regain as it spawns me over like the array area is let's go to the bunkers. So we're going to land down in here on the bunkers. My thought is either it's looted and maybe I can get some scraps, or maybe I'll get lucky and nobody's looted it yet. And worst case scenario, somebody's sitting here watching this and I'm dead. But I got to regain, so I get lucky and it wasn't looted. I'm able to get out of there with a gold Swiss and an MG82. So I get up out of the bunker, I get up over here, this car starts pushing on me. Take some shots at him. Okay. So I see the car coming up. I see that he's going around these trailers, which means I'm going to have shots on him. Best case scenario, I just take him straight out of the car. Worst case scenario, I get a couple shots on him and get him weak before he can do anything. Okay. So he pulls up. I do get a few armor shots, but I don't even break him. So now I'm in a bad spot because an LMG is my SMG in this situation. I have a sniper as my other gun. So I'm hoping at this point, now that he's turning right, I'm hoping he'll just keep going. He'll go, oh crap, there's somebody there, and just keep going. Typical solo play. So I back out. Okay. As soon as I back out, I'm watching the mini map. I see that he hopped out of the car. So now my concern is which side is he going to go in? I'm in a building with 2 doors and a window. So I have to know which side he's going to go in. So I stick in the middle a little bit to give myself room to get to cover. As soon as I hear those shots, I know which side he's going in. So I know he's going into the door that I just went into. So I stick to the center wall. And then as soon as he comes around the corner, I don't jump at him. I don't jump straight away to the other wall. I jump out and around and towards the wall that he's on. So what I'm betting there, so I'm on this wall. I don't jump out this way, and I don't jump directly towards him. I jump out and around. So what I'm counting on is that he's a controller player, and there's no way when he's ADS looking at me, there's no way he's going to be able to go up, over, and stay on me the entire time as I make this hop up and around him. So I jump up and around him. I'm hitting him with some hip fires here. I finish off with an ADS. He has a self-revive, but it doesn't matter because I got 100 rounds. And I get a little crying in the background. So I play it back up. So I'm looking to see if there's any guns because I still don't have loadout guns. Not guns I want. I hear a footstep. I know it's hard to hear with the background noise. My sound gate wasn't on the way it normally is. So I hear a footstep. So I get back onto that center wall cover. I know it was out here somewhere. Okay. And you may hear it in a second. You guys are going to get snipes. So you hear a footstep again. And then you hear the body collapse. So my thought is snipe got hit from somewhere further out. Maybe somebody pushing in from array. I'm like, okay, I don't hear anybody. What? Oh, and then I hear him pushing up again after he pushed towards the body. Now notice where my crosshairs are. My crosshairs aren't up here. My crosshairs aren't down on the ground. My crosshairs are basically at his waist. Knowing I'm using an LMG, I'm usually going to start a little bit lower because the recoil is going to be more. It's going to pull up more, and I don't have to self-correct as much. Where if I started at his head, by the time I hit maybe 2 shots, it's going to be off of his head. If I start at his waist, by the time it gets to his neck, he's probably going down. It never got above his chin. Again, self-revive. Able to finish him. And yes, he choked that. He probably should have won that gunfight as well. So I go ahead and get reloaded. And then what ended up happening right after that, I edited out. I go out, I loot them. I was able to pick up this LC-10 and a Swiss. So now I got good loadout guns. Uh, Looted up. The LC-10 was okay. It's solos. I didn't need a lot of rounds in it, and it had an okay build. It was usable. And SMGs, as long as I can land shots, I'm fine. So the reason I'm laying in this hallway like this, no, I wasn't camping. I had moved in there. I had picked up that bounty, and I went to clear upstairs, and then I heard footsteps. So I came down into here, laid down. Yeah. And then I run up to that side of the building, slide on a wood floor. I'm making a ton of noise. And then I hear a snipe shot right next to me. Like the guy's, I could tell he was very close to the building right next to me. But I'm not exactly sure where, so I'm not ready to push out or do anything like that with him. I need to get some more information, so I'm listening for sounds right now. Hear that snipe again. I'm figuring he heard me. I'm thinking there is no way he did not hear me run and slide on that wood floor. So I like, okay, I got to turn around and watch these stairs. There's no way he doesn't try to push up here. But he doesn't. So, okay, well, I got a dead silence. Might as well use it. I'm down. I see his barrel flick. Easy, easy kill. About as easy as they get. Then I come back up. So my bounty got poached right there. I knew where my bounty was. Okay. So my next thought is get up to that window with the Swiss that I have, start scanning. So you'll see when it fades to the next scene. There was actually about 3 or 4 people on that kind of quadrant of what was left of the circle. So if you were to divide this circle up here, there's 9 people left at this point. There was probably about 4 people in this section of the map. And then there was at least 1 left in this building, and there was probably 2 more up here. So that's 7. I'm 8. So there was 1 more floating around. I was keeping an eye here when I first popped up the window. I know there's people here. I checked here and cleared this out. So I knew pretty much everybody left on the map was above this road. If I got surprised by somebody down here, good on them. But I pretty much had everybody by the time it fades to the next portion of the video. I've pretty much convinced myself everybody is this side of the road. So I said, I knew there was some people up in this quadrant of the map. This poor little feller was the last one. He won all the gunfights up there. So he had just finished a gunfight. He got down to 3. I saw him lay down in that bush. I see him crawl out. I get a snipe on him. I look up. We have a 1v1 scenario. All right. So then I spot. We have a 1v. I spotted this guy running from the train cars up to here. I'm figuring he saw the glint, but I'm not 100% positive. I'm looking right at him. He has to see that glint. But I also know I can't stay in this house anymore. Storm's gonna push me out of here. So I know he's laying down on that wall, hiding from the glint. He doesn't stand up, so I gotta move to cover that's in circle. So I have the better cover here. He's got that whole wall. And he's got the wall back here. I've got this where I can move around 90 degrees. So if he pushes way out here, actually I am move around all 3 sides of this if I need to. So if he pushes way out here, I can push on this side of this. If he pushes way out here, I can lay down on this side of it and still have cover. And no matter what, I have cover from where he is if he pushes straight at me from over here. So, and notice I didn't run out with my sniper out. I've got my SMG, so I get there a little bit faster. I pull my sniper out, and we're going to do this kind of slow. So he took a couple shots at me. I knew he was right here. And it's hard to see. You can't see it because it's behind my face cam. And so you guys know the reason my face cam is covered right now from the actual gameplay is my little one was running around without any clothes on, and she got on my face cam a couple times. This was done off stream, so it was just a recording, but needed to make sure that was covered up. So behind my face cam, you can't see it. To the right of my scope here, I can see him run back behind this truck. So I scope over to there. I figure there's about an 80% chance he's going to try to wrap all the way around, but I kind of got to keep my wits and make sure he doesn't stop and try to push back to the left. So I check right, check left, go straight back right, and he literally runs right into my crosshairs. And he pretty much said it. Wow. So that's it. That is what goes on during a decent solo game. I'm barely above average player. I'm a 1.21 KD. You saw my Warzone stats as the gameplay rolled through. I have my good days. I have my bad days. My PR is 16. I am not blowing the top off of things, but that is a solid 10 kill solo win right there. Solid rotations, good regain, and showed a couple of movement plays and things that may help you be able to win some of those one-on-one gunfights that maybe you weren't winning before. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you haven't yet and you want a chance to come back to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. Would really appreciate it. And we will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.